Hello! That's nice. How you doing? Now I'm going to do this really quickly because it's freezing at the moment, but the skies are a beautiful blue, so I can't resist sitting here outside. Now, this is a t-shirt, a Banksy t-shirt I bought in London. Hope you can hear me. I bought that Banksy t-shirt over 15 years ago in London, well, in Camden. Camden is not in the city of London. I'll explain that later. When I was wearing this t-shirt the other day, it reminded me that I have friends who are from London, who when I first met them and asked, "Where are you from?" they said, "I'm from Hackney, I'm from Wimbledon, I'm from Croydon." What? I'm from London. Okay. Now, if a non-British person asks them the same question, "Where are you from?" they'll say, "I'm from London." But if a British person asks them where they are from, they'll give the name of the town or the village where they are from. That apparently is in London. But what is London? Now, this week's photo is of Lombard Street in the City of London. The City of London is also known as the Square Mile because in fact it's only just over 1 square mile in size. Now that's less than 3 square kilometres. So the City of London is in fact a really, really small area. So what on earth is London? The City of London is only 3 square kilometres. But London is obviously much bigger than that, right? Guys, it's so cold I can hardly turn over the page of my notes. Whew. So this leads to the question of what is London? Because when you visit London, are you really in the City of London, or are you in Hackney, or in Westminster, or in Wimbledon? I mean, the question I've got, although it might sound a little daft, is, does London really exist? Obviously, the City of London exists because this week's photo was taken in the City of London, the financial district, the Square Mile. But what is the reality of London? Let's find out more.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've got a really interesting stack of sources today. Urban history, governance papers, all around a question that sounds a bit ridiculous at first.
It does sound a little existential.
Does London actually exist?
But it's a genuinely valid geographical and political question.
Yeah, and it starts with something you've probably noticed. If you ask someone from London where they're from, they almost never just say London.
No, never. They'll say Hackney or Wimbledon or Kilburn.
Exactly. So our mission for this deep dive is to figure out if that's just a quirk or if it, points to a deeper truth about this city.
Right, because the argument in these documents is that London isn't really one city. It's more like a collection of places held together by, well, an idea.
So let's start with that city of towns idea from the historical analysis. We all know London started as Londinium, the Roman trading post.
But the sources show how it grew was completely different from other capitals.
There was no grand plan.
None at all. Most capitals kind of expand outwards, in a uniform wave. London grew by basically eating its neighbors.
Westminster, Greenwich.
Right, and these weren't suburbs built for Londoners. They were completely independent towns. They had their own markets, their own identities for centuries.
And the research describes the growth as, what was the phrase, accidental?
It was accidental and incredibly slow. London didn't erase these places, it just sort of layered itself on top of them.
Which explains why the high street in, say, Hampstead feels a world away from the one in Brixton.
They were never designed to be part of the same thing.
And this layering creates what the text calls a governance paradox. I mean, if you look at an administrative map today, it's just chaos.
It is visually chaotic. You've got the historic core and then everything else.
And that core, the official city of London, is tiny.
It's the famous square mile.
Right.
And it has these political structures that are, they're practically medieval. They don't apply anywhere else.
But the thing that really stood out to me was about Greater London. We think of that as the city, but it says here it wasn't even made official until 1965.
That date is so important. Before 65, London was this huge physical thing, but it was politically shapeless.
So creating Greater London wasn't about defining a culture.
Not at all. It was an administrative patch, a fix to stop the transport system and policing from just completely falling apart. It was a response to sprawl, not a statement of identity.
And then you have the 32 borough councils. The sources say these aren't just local committees.
Oh no, they have immense power. Housing, schools, trash collection, they act like little semi-autonomous states.
So you could cross the street and suddenly the parking rules are totally different.
Exactly, because you've just crossed some invisible line that was drawn up centuries ago and then formalized in the 60s. It's a fragmented system.
Which is just a world away from the other case studies in here. Paris and Madrid.
Especially Paris. Paris is sort of the anti-London.
A hyper-defined core.
All thanks to Baron Haussmann in the 19th century. He literally bulldozed the medieval chaos to create this one unified, legible city. It has a real center of gravity.
And one central authority. The 20 arrondissements all answer to the middle. London's boroughs don't.
Not in the same way. And then you have Madrid.
Which the notes say was state-directed. It was picked to be the capital for political reasons.
Which creates a clear hierarchy. In Paris or Madrid, you know what a suburb is. It's a satellite orbiting the main city.
But in London, that whole distinction just breaks down. Is Croydon a suburb? It was a major market town long before London got there.
The hierarchy is flat.
There was a great line in the analysis that said that while Paris enforces unity, London, it institutionalizes plurality.
That's the perfect way to put it. That's the takeaway.
Physically, London is there. You can see it from space.
Of course. But conceptually, as an idea, it's more of a network, a negotiated space, not one coherent thing.
And that brings us right back to the beginning, why people say they're from their borough.
They're just being accurate. They live in a village that happens to be on the tube map. London exists in the plural. There are many Londons.
It really does change how you see the map, but I want to leave you with this to think about. If London is really just a collection of many Londons, does the whole concept of a capital city actually depend on administrative borders? Or is a city just defined by the collective belief of the people, who, in this case, refuse to admit they live there?
That is the question.
Thanks for diving in with us.
Chat about these questions and write down your opinions and ideas. 1. Describe the picture in as much detail as possible, the buildings, roads, people, etc. 2. Have you ever visited London? If so, describe your experiences. If not, do you think you will? 3. Can a city's identity be more cultural than administrative? Can a country or region have several capitals? 4. Describe your own town or city. How is it organized and governed? How has it changed in your lifetime? 5. Describe the historic growth of your area. How have wars, migration, economics, and politics shaped it?